Thank you for joining this lesson. We are going to do a question on bearings, and I request you to kindly subscribe to this channel and to also share the link with your friends. So we are told that a boy walks 6 kilometers from a point P to a point Q on a bearing of 0.65 degrees. Then he walks to a point R, a distance of 13 kilometers on a bearing of 146. Calculate the distance from P to R to the nearest kilometer. So this is how we are going to go about the question. First of all, we are supposed to come up with a sketch. So assuming that we are standing at point P, this point, let's say this is point P. Let's say point P is here. This is a compass at point P. Now we are told that a boy is going to walk 6 kilometers from P to another point Q, which is on a bearing of 65. Therefore, from north, because this is true bearing, we are going to measure 65 degrees. 65 degrees. Then we produce this line. We produce the line. Then after producing that line, we measure an arc which is 6 centimeters or 6 kilometers. So standing here, we measure 6 kilometers. 6 kilometers. Remember here we have 65 degrees. So for us to raise a very perfect north on the other side, since we have 65 degrees, then on the lower side of this line we should have another 65 degrees so that the compass is parallel to the other one at point P. Therefore, we measure 65 degrees on the lower side. Another 65 degrees from the lower side. So, if 65 is here, then from here up to where the compass is should be 65. Therefore, our 65 will be read from exactly that point up to where the 65th degree is. So that is the point. So we connect this point to our Q, such that now at point Q we got a compass. So this is our point Q. Then again, now we are told the boy will continue moving. Okay, this was 65, that's like the other side. 65. So now we are told he then walks to a point R, a distance of 13 on a bearing of 146. Therefore, a bearing of 146, that is 146 from the north. So we draw this line. Do we prolong it? Yes, that is a bearing of 146. Bearing of 146. Such that now, if this is 146, then it means we have left an angle here, because the whole of this angle could have been 180. Then we have left 34 degrees here. 34 degrees, then we produce 13 kilometers here, such that if the arc of 13 kilometers will be here, now that we have left 34 degrees here, we can construct 34 degrees on the upper side, so that we produce again a perfect compass at this point. So we use an acute angle of 34. An acute angle of 34, just like in the other case. So if we have 34 here, then we produce 34 degrees at this other point. Yes, so this is the compass at point R. So now we got P, Q, and R, the 3 points on the Earth's surface. Let me connect the 3 points. So so that we may have the line connecting P and R. P and R. P and R. So we have the line connecting P and R now. Remember, our question is to determine, or rather to calculate the distance P to R. So from P to R, we have to calculate that distance, and remember P to Q is given and Q to R is given. Then the total angle we have here can also be determined, and it is going to be 99 degrees. So we have the whole of this angle, and apart from that, we got these lines making up the angle. This means we can obtain this line using the cosine rule, which says that because this is Q, then the opposite side we can call it Q. Because this is P, the opposite side we call it P. And because this is R, the opposite side we can call it small letter r. And in this case we can say, me now focus on this other side so that I may calculate the question. So we can talk about the cosine rule, which says that when we have R, because we want to get Q, then we can talk of Q squared will be given by R squared plus P squared minus 2P multiplied by R and the cosine of the angle at Q. Cosine of Q. Therefore, with this now we can substitute, whereby Q squared is unknown, but R is known. So we're going to have 6 squared plus P squared, which is 13 squared, minus 2 multiplied by 6 multiplied by 13. The cosine of the angle at Q, which is 99. The cosine of 99 degrees. So Q squared is going to be 36 plus 13 squared, which I think is 169, minus, first of all I can get the cosine of 99, which is negative. Therefore, if the cosine of 99 is negative, then when we multiply it with negative 2, the negative will cancel, and now we can multiply with 6 and with 13, so that we get minus 24.40. Then now we proceed to say Q squared equals to, when we take 36 plus 169 minus 24.4, this will give us 175. So that to get Q, if Q squared equals to 175, then to get Q, we obtain the square root. This is going to be 13.23 kilometers. And now the examiner is specifying that we give it to the nearest kilometer, which is going to be 13 kilometers. So that is how we apply the cosine rule to determine the known angle. Remember, because the question is talking of calculating, then we cannot use a scale diagram to solve it. But now, in case it was determined, then with the word determine, we can determine using the method of our choice. That means we can either calculate using cosine rule or use scale drawing to determine the unknown distance. Thank you for following. Subscribe and share this link.